Welcome to Bill Dance Saltwater. Great fun fishing that anyone can do. Yes, you can do this. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Bill Dance Saltwater. This week, Bill is headed down to one of his all-time favorite places, the Louisiana marshes, close to where the Mississippi River ends and says hello to the Gulf of Mexico. These fertile waters are most recognizable as the redfish capital of the world. And there's one fisherman down here in the Delta that knows this tremendous fishery like an otter knows water. That's Mike Frenette from Venice, Louisiana, home of the Redfish Lodge that he and his wife Lori operate. I'll tell you a little secret, too. If you can't find Bill and Mike out on the water, there's a mighty big chance you'll see them bellied up to the homemade Cajun food that Lori cooks up. All of these factors, the food, the laughs, and of course the fishing, all shape the memories for Bill and will always be times he'll never forget.
Hello, everybody. You know, at the end of something, oftentimes there's usually something good if you're a positive thinker. On the end of your finger, it could be a graduation or a wedding ring or a trophy bass at the end of your line. At the end of a rainbow, it could be a pot of gold. At the end of your life, there's heaven. But at the end of Highway 23, you'll find yourself at the redfish capital of the world, Venice, Louisiana, the end of the road.
I made my first trip back in, it was around 2008, approximately 14 years ago, with my good old buddy, Roland Martin, who invited me to join him for a redfish show. Now, on that trip, Roland introduced me to a fella that turned out to be one of my dearest friends and best fishing partners. Our friendship has certainly grown over the years with so many productive trips and great memories.
I got him.
Hey, you got him right on the point. I just had thrown in there, Bill. You got him. Isn't that a classic spot?
I'll tell you what, those points are bad.
That's a 1.5. You got him right off the edge of that grass.
Those points
That
are
was
bad.
good. What, you threw right up to the Rosa?
I came right by that Rosa cane, and boy, he laid into it.
Bill, you're doing something with him.
Did he? Open up, Buster. Look at that.
Hey, way to go, Bill. Ooh, son, that's a nice one.
After returning from Venice, a few months had passed, and I got to thinking about Mike and his invitation to come back and go fishing with him. So I gave him a call, and guess what? You got it. A week later, we were back in Venice shooting a redfish show with Mike.
Oh, look at these. That's a good one. That was 2 quick bites.
That's good. It looks like a heavy fish.
I mean, he ripped some line out, too. He just took out probably 75 yards of line in no time. Will somebody tell him we're just playing a game? We'll turn him loose?
Well, I'm going to fish. Heck with you.
Here, he's here.
Okay.
He's here.
Think I ought to net him, or can I boat him?
I thought he was small, but he just doesn't feel small.
He's caught.
That's a good fish.
Whoa! What a foul.
That's a good one.
I hear him drumming.
Yes, he is, isn't he?
I hear him drumming.
He's calling all his girlfriends.
That jig came out. Look at that.
It just slipped out of his mouth right by the boat.
Woo.
That's a little bit bigger, isn't it?
Yeah. That big hunky bunk. See what you got,
What's
Cap.
that fish weigh? About 120 pounds? 130?
24.
Oh, what's a honky bump?
This is a hunky bunk.
Bill Dance Saltwater is sponsored in part by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Quantum Rods and Reels, Quantum Performance Tuned. And by Mercury Marine, go boldly. Today's Conditions Log is brought to you by Ego Fishing, and their all-new S2 slider landing nets with the most advanced handle extension technology. Take the battle to the water with Ego.
It's me again, everybody. You know, there's literally thousands upon thousands of flooded marshlands here, and it simply amazes me how Mike Frenette can run his boat with everything basically looking the same. Stop the boat and say, hey, Bill, cave's right there. And bam, a strike. And catch a nice redfish. Well, a year or so has passed, and I couldn't wait to head back to you-know-where. Gave my buddy Mike a call, and the first thing out of his mouth was, hey, they're waiting for you. I was in Venice before a redfish could pull your popping cork under. But this time, we were going to fish the beaches along the Gulf of Mexico with spinnerbaits. Well, you know, that seemed a little different, but it did seem exciting, and it was. Let me show you how exciting it really was.
Oh, look at that.
Good one?
I think he's a good one. Everyone's a good one.
Everyone's a good one.
Some are just bigger than others, but everyone's a good one. Boy, I tell you, when he hit it, he nailed it. I mean, with the fire. Pow! Kapow! Pow! Look at this thing.
Is he an animal?
I think it's a diesel engine. Come here, Bill, with your bogle grip.
Ooh, look at that fat Jesse. Come here, buddy. Now say off for me. Look, I hate them when they do that, when they keep their mouth shut.
You hearing drumming?
Say, aw. And he said, aw. All right, calm down. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Hello. We're going to say bye.
There he is.
I mean, he got it forevermore.
Oh, we're going to fix to get in a little trouble here.
That thing is gone.
All right, Bill, I'm going to put this power pole down because I'm going to be a spectator on this. I want to watch this action.
I don't know if that's a redfish or not.
Oh, what you think he could be? A marlin?
A marlin?
Well, I mean, what's he going to be? He's got to be a redfish.
Could be a shark.
Nah. That shark would have ate through that monofilament.
How big do you think that fish is?
About 100 pounds.
All right. His mouth is open.
He feels like 100 pounds to you, I bet. All right, walk him over here. Whoa, look at the size of this guy here.
Wow. Woo! Let me get that bait. That's a good bait.
Look at the length of this fish.
Is that not a hunky bunk? Huh? I can't even hold him.
Need some help? I'll come help him.
Look at that. Woo! Look at the head on that. How much do you think he weighs?
I'd say that's 30, probably close to 38 pounds, 35 pounds.
I'm weighing.
Maybe 38, 40. That's a big fish.
He is 38. Woo! He's ready to go now. There she got her strength. There she goes. Woo!
Today's show is brought to you in part by Mako Boats, building legends for over 40 years. Gamakatsu, the world's finest fish hooks. And Bill Dance exclusive rods by Quantum. Today's show is brought to you in part by Berkeley, catch more fish. Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder. And by Mystic Lubricants, lubrication domination. Today's equipment log is brought to you by Gamakatsu, because the fish of a lifetime only comes once in a lifetime.
Okay, moving along, I'm telling you, redfish are perfect predators. And you know what really astonishes me? How a fish with an overbite can be so accurate on a strike. But they surely are. Talking about an overbite, how about them hitting a topwater lure? Now you talk about something wild and crazy. Mike said the Mississippi River is high and it's muddy. But I know an area where it's pushing some clear water back into a Rosa Cane Flat, and the mullet are following the clear water, and the big bull reds are following the mullet. Well, guess who's following them?
There he goes.
Oh, did you see him crush that bait? What a strike, Bill. Look at it. He exploded on that bait.
Did he take some line?
I'm going to put the power pole down.
He's already.
Look at him go. That's
He's out
unbelievable.
halfway in the middle of the Gulf. Did you power pole down?
I did power pole down, but I might pick it up. Look at that rod tip.
Look how much line he took. He's got half my line.
I tell you what, if that doesn't get your blood pumping, I don't know what will. That's a 30-pound plus fish just crossed that top water.
He badonked that donk, didn't he?
Badonk-a-donk. Don't ask me how they came up with that name, but badonk-a-donk is great. You know, that's just a great sounding sound when you're talking about a redfish strike on a top water.
Barely hooked, right up in the corner of the mouth. Barely on the outside of the mouth, too.
Just watch those bait, the hooks don't swing towards me.
Have you got that, darling?
Watch your hands on that. He shakes his head. You don't want those. You don't want those treble hooks. Here, I got the pliers right here.
Come on. Hello. Pretty.
Because it's real shallow, you don't want to just drop them hard because you might get stuck in the mud.
Well, he just took off.
There you go. Oh, he was great. He was ready.
He hit that thing. He went boosh.
We're going to start seeing a couple levitate in here, too. Oh!
Power pole down. He's going right into the
Did you
Rosa.
see that? Look at that fish go. That looked like a tsunami. That is one big...
I can't do anything with him. I just seeing the strike. That's the most phenomenal thing.
Look at him go. You were almost giving up on that cast, too. Get ready to reel it in. I don't know. We might want to chase him a little bit now. Let's see. We've got the power pole down, and he's swinging the boat completely around. Look at him. 100 miles an hour. Turn around.
Look at him. I just eased up on him a little bit and took a little bit of pressure off of him. He turned and went back out.
Yeah, they don't want to go in those Roseville if they don't have to. I've seen them crawl right up in there, but you let off a little bit of pressure, and usually they'll turn around back for the deep water.
And all you can do is just hold on. Now, that's a medium light rod.
I got you into that, didn't I? Huh?
I got about a half spoon. This is 30-pound braid. It's got an 8-pound mono diameter, and this little energy reel holds probably 120 yards, although he's wheeled off about 75. It's peeling off everything I just got. Look, there he goes again.
And that's 15 minutes into the fight. And he's still
I'm
still
gonna tell
taking
you
line.
something, buddy. This is a shown-up hoss. I ain't kidding you. This is a hoss.
Never.
He is a horse. Look at him up on top of the water.
That's another Clydesdale.
Woo! What a fish.
Good gravy sakes alive.
What do you
Let
think
you be
about
the-
that big dog,
I'll
huh?
let you be the dentist. That's why we come to Venice. I'm telling you. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, time to say bye. Time to say bye. The Bill Dance Question and Answer of the Week is brought to you by Mystic Lubricants and their complete line of JT4 marine products. A full line of products for your full line of pursuits. Visit mysticlube.com today.
What's the key to catching big sheephead? Well, my buddy and guide Josh Nelson in Destin says light tackle, a few baits, and use 20-pound braid with a 2-ounce lead and 18 to 24 inches of fluorocarbon leader with a 1/0 Gamakatsu circle hook, and says it's good to have live shrimp and fiddler crabs. And don't forget to concentrate on depths of 12 to 18 feet from December to February.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort, and by Finnor, legendary tackle since 1933. Closed caption provided by The Bill Dance Store. Check us out online. Today's product tip is brought to you by Garmin and their GPS map series, Shark Plotter sonar combos. With their advanced sonar technology, like Panoptic's Live Scope all-seeing sonar, you'll spend less time finding your fish.
Have you ever wished you could bring shade over the top of you on a 100-degree day? Well, now, thanks to Millennium's Shade Tree, you can. With this neat attachment, you can create and carry shade wherever you want. Attach it to your seat pedestal, slip in your umbrella, and you can choose where you want the shade to fall all the time. The Shade Tree, and you'll have it made in the shade. A cool product.
Come be part of Bill Dance Digital. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us.
You know, there's one thing I've always said about fishing. That is, the fishing is always the finest when you're fishing with the finest. And that's exactly the way I feel when I'm fishing with my buddy, Mike Frenette. And catching a double is mighty fine too. Good gracious, watch this.
I don't want to say quite a bit, but it's not an unusual sight, especially when it's calm, but it's such a special sight. You can't do this anyplace else. Not for the numbers and the size. Just can't do it.
There he is.
Look, we got a double.
There's great fishing, great redfish fishing along the eastern seaboard.
Absolutely.
In select areas.
I think we're rubbing against each other. Rod, tip up a little bit so I can see what to do. Okay, I got to go under you.
You want to go under me?
Yeah.
How's that?
That's good.
And then along the Texas coast, in select areas of Florida.
Golly. He's on the surface crashing, isn't he?
Look, this area here has got to be.
It's the best.
Huh?
And like you said, there's good areas, other good areas to fish, but it's just hard to compare this with any place else.
Well, you know what I like about this particular popping cork? It's made by the Bomber folks. It's got a concaved head, and it sucks water. It kind of, when you pull it, it boom. But another feature about it, as you pull it and it pops back, it goes. You hear that sound? That clicking sound? It clicks, and that puts out a good sound against these brass beads as it comes forward. And then as you pull it back, you can hear that popping sound. Now, the popping cork has Bass Pro Shop saltwater silage grub on the business end of this rig. And all of this is attached to Strand's 30-pound braid superline that's made with Dyneema. And attached to that is a 30-inch section of Strand's 30-pound clear high-impact mono. And all of this is spooled onto Quantum Smoke 40-size reel that holds up to 220 yards. The reel is on a Fenor 7'6" tidal rod. You know, I mentioned the word Dyneema. Well, that's a mighty big word, and you might want to know what it is. It's a polyethylene fiber that's super strong and offers maximum strength with minimum weight. Just how strong is it? It's up to 15 times stronger than steel.
I'd help you, but
You would help me, but you're busy.
I got a hand full of red.
I got it out. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this
Now,
one
you talk
back in
about
the
one
water
that's got
quick.
a lot of spice in his
So I
gumbo.
can
This
help
one
you.
does.
You ready, buddy? There you go.
All right, here's got his mouth open for you.
I got it.
Go easy, go easy. Don't lose that fish, Mike.
I'm not gonna lose your fish.
Goodness gracious sakes alive.
Look at this one, huh?
I mean, I can't express how much fun that is. I just, it's hard to express that on television. I just wish I could take that rod and reel and just pass it right out there to you, and you could just reach through the screen and take it and just feel that. Just feel that, because that feel of that hard pull and that big swipe of a wide redfish tail as they're Cuba bound. I'm telling you, they just freak out and just strip in line. They're like trying to hold on to a runaway dump truck. Whoosh. I mean, they're gone, just whoosh. They just take that big wide tail and they just fan it and they're just gone. Well, and speaking of gone, well, I hate to say it, but we got to get out of here too. But before we do that, Mike and I are going to head back to the Redfish Lodge, because Mike's better half has done some mighty fine cooking. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again next time right here on Bill Dance Saltwater.
We hope you've enjoyed Bill Dance Saltwater and learned that you can do this. Yes, you can do this. Please join us right here next week.